Weeds. Final day, match 2, Sandhawk, the final Sandhawk that we will see here in the PUBG Mobile World Invitational. West side, of course, powered by Gamers Without Borders, making sure nobody gets left behind. So we like it. We like Sandhawk. We like to get down. We like to get sweaty. Boot camp has been free and clear for Alpha 7. Today's the day, though. I want to see somebody drop boot camp. I want to see somebody, take it to Alpha 7 and really contest that spot. Will we see it? Maybe. Maybe not.
I mean, hot dropping the team that just won, like dominantly, that takes some guts, if I'm being honest. The kind of guts we're seeing from Chivas right now with their incredible split drop. Not really that uncommon here on Sandhawk, but it still always scares me a little bit to see it like this because we've seen so many individual players get caught out time and again on this map that I don't mind going for a bit of a split, but that is bold. That is bold.
Listen, no one dropped boot camp, all right? But I'm going to keep hyping it up because with 3 more games after this, no one has anything to lose. Everybody's a winner. 10th through 16th, they get 15K. 6th through 9th place, 20K. 5th place, 35K. Then it goes up from there. And then, of course, first place with $250,000. That all these teams, they get to pick and choose which charity they want to donate that money to. So I think we see a lot of times in the past that these teams from the West, they like to put on a show, all right? With only 3 more potential hot drop games to go, come on, let Mustache Dave get what he wants. And talking about getting what they want, Circle 1, for the most part, everybody getting pretty favored.
Yeah, that is one of the most central circles you can humanly have on Sandhawk. It is not going to force anybody to make any crazy quick rotations. It's not going to force people to get into vehicles and get positions away if they don't want to. It's going to leave a lot of options open. If I'm Destiny, I'm probably the only team that's a little bit sad about this because they like to camp up on those cliffs over on the West Island. They're not going to be able to do that here. They know they're going to have to rotate in. 19E will play gatekeep, but as I say that, Dave, I did talk about the split drop from Shivas, didn't I? Feel like.
What do you feel?
Called this. I feel like I called this. Did I call? I feel like I called this.
Who'd you call?
Chivas split dropping and getting caught out and killed. That one?
You did call it. Yeah, you definitely
I feel like I did.
Called it.
Okay.
I remember you calling it. You dialed the number and called it.
Yeah.
And you were right,
Picked up.
Paul. You were right. Amazing. Some would say sweets, like sweet, brah. That's what it was. Brah. You got thrown there, brah.
That's important.
That's important. So there you go. First blood. Now Chivas on the run, just trying to survive this game, and they're currently 7th place, 124 points. If I'm Chivas, all right, and I'm their coach, analyst, whatever, they're the motivational uplifter, I'm going to be telling them, listen, fellas, you did great. You had an amazing 3 days. But, I'm going to throw in that but, all right?
There's a but, okay.
But, team, get a chicken dinner. Get a chicken dinner. If you can get a chicken dinner in this lobby, that's impressive because these are the best teams from the West. And that right there, that's like that badge. Just like, oh, I got a chicken dinner badge here. You can walk away feeling pretty happy with your squad and what you got going on.
Yeah, it's the moral victory. Yeah. Again, these are teams that are brought in representing their countries here on the world stage. Some of the best players in the world from the West and the East, undoubtedly. Almost a little preview of what we might be seeing at that $6 million global championship later on this year and into the next. So, hey, if you're able to walk away with that chicken, like you said, Dave, that is just such a huge boost in confidence. And that validation that all the work you put in, all the hundreds or thousands of hours that you spent grinding this game, working on team cohesion, synergy, scrims, practice, tournaments, that it mattered and that you can compete with the best teams in the world.
But we'll see because they are awfully close to Alpha 7. Alpha 7 just hot after game number 1. So Chivas, only a trio. Let's see what they can do. And talking about, the cohesion, practicing, all that knowledge, you were saying last game, something that caught my attention. You talked to Carnage in the chat, 19E. This is going to be the team that we should expect moving forward. Well,
I can't tell if he was joking or not, but that's what was
joking or not.
He's like, you're going to see this roster for months to come. I think were his exact words. So
okay. Joking or not though, like for the team being so new, working together at this level of competitive play, right now 5th place. I don't know if Carnage is joking because they're doing really well with their current roster. So I wouldn't be upset if this was the team moving forward. I would actually enjoy it a lot, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of this roster. I mean, 19 Esports has been these players have been a staple in the community for quite a long time, and I love, again, I touched on this yesterday, the fact that they didn't just bring together 4-star, fraggers, the people who have great individual gun skill. I expect them to work as a team. They brought in players with a mix of experience, veterans and Acer and GFan. They've got young talent like Xenox, and then they're just bringing all these players together. That to me is really, it's got a lot of foresight, a lot of heads-up play. And speaking of heads up, more like heads down. If you're next to Ria Gaming, get out of there, because Ghost Gaming ain't missing.
Out here playing heads up, 7-up here on that Sandhawk map. Now, yeah, you get the knock. You probably won't get the confirm, but that is going to be utility taken away from your opponent. It's going to be helmets, there's going to be meds, which, it's going to play a big factor, especially on Sandhawk that we've seen in the past. It is a very popular technique to say you're in the blue, all else fails, heal. We see those players just aiming those heals one after another. And on Sandhawk, that works. Like, you can see a solo jump 5 placement points if they know how to hit those heals perfectly. So we'll see what will happen with that, because we got some action.
We do indeed. Rod is rolling up onto the trio from Chivas. I also believe that Alpha 7 was getting involved at range as well. Jacob with the nade, the player who's died from them the most, going to be inflicting some pain in return, as Desha is going to be downed as well. Great little pick up there. The opener, the Molotov, the nade. There's nowhere to go.
Pick up a lot of first-hand experience with those grenades on the receiving end right there. And we can see that experience coming into play right here as they are successful in their defense, their current compound. But I believe they lost one of their points over to Alpha 7. So if you do get that knock, you got to make sure to get that confirmed really quick, especially here on Sandhawk. You never know who might be playing that vulture, out there in the distance trying to steal your points.
Well, it's interesting because we did see Revo over behind that other squad that Ghost Gaming was shooting at. And now we see Alpha 7 rolling up on this right here. Split from the rest of the team, this time playing Scout, a not usual role here for them. And then the rest of the team is over getting involved in this other fight. So it's actually a 3v3 right now with Alpha 7 and Chivas. I would kind of like them to pick one. You know what I mean? Pick one fight.
Pick one.
Just one.
If there was a player, Paul, I'm just going to throw this out there. If there was a player that can be on their own, Revo, out of the entirety of the squad, has the most damage, or around 5K. At least coming into last game. I didn't check it right now. So we'll see what they could do over there, as they're just trying to flex out and just, dominate here, this center position.
They are dead center. If I was to, 50-50-50-50, whatever, I can't remember how geometry works because it's been a while. No, the middle, whatever the middle point is, like the radius or whatever, if you take the dead center, that's where they'd be right now. You know what I mean? Take the circumference, divide it by two. Let's not talk about
a lot of math today, I'm not gonna lie. You woke up, you're talking about calculators.
I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, Dave. Math was not on my mind, but we're here now. We're here now. We're making it work. And we're looking at Konina Power, who did lose that player early. I saw it in the kill feed, but we actually missed what ended up happening. And this is big here, especially if you're Alpha 7, because this is the team that is hot on your heels. Any little bit of damage, incremental damage they take over the course of the game, Dave, is going to have a huge impact.
Yeah, and that's Fashe, the top fragger from Konya Power. So if there's a player that you definitely want to kind of put some stock behind, make sure that they get those pickups, well, that's going to be that player. But of course, this is Sandhawk. For me, Sandhawk's kind of like the halftime show, I guess you could say, in between our Aragold maps here that we have today. It's that map that's just like, hey, just go play it, try not to die, and best of luck, because these zones on Sandhawk, they get so crazy. It was 2 days ago we saw a cave finish. But today, I'm not gonna lie, today these zones, they're pretty fair and pretty solid. So far.
The only team that's not thinking this is fair is Destiny, who I'm very surprised stayed where they are. I called them as the team I would have actually liked to have seen them rotate maybe a little bit early to try and get ahead of where this circle was shifting. Instead, they opted, with them and Clash, opted to stay on this West Island. They're now going to have a very tricky rotation in, and I would also like to see some of these squads maybe prioritize moving towards the east a little bit more. Quarry is wide open. Looks like Loca Nostra is here, but Destiny, Dave, they've got to make an awkward crossing. This is not going to be ideal for them, and they know 19 Esports. They know where they drop. They're going to be playing Gatekeeper. Do you think there's somebody here? Beast, Beast, hello?
Just practicing.
Okay, that's fair.
Making sure that sensitivity is on point.
Yeah.
And, you know, Destiny, they dropped those cliffs. That's their spot. You kind of got to commit to it until the very end. And we saw it yesterday, too. Ooh, Lord up in that guard tower. Nice trade, actually, coming on out. So they weren't able to get confirmed, but I do not know if Moody's going to run up there. Because now, Lord, yeah, the blue's going to start to close in. This is going to be Gunz versus Onyx out here.
Yeah, and Onyx are the ones you do have to play Gatekeeper, but both of these teams have to move, and this is where Sandhawk starts to bear its fangs. These teams that get into these long, drawn-out scraps in the blue, those first couple circles, it's whatever, but once you get into the mid-game, they start to move so quick. You have no time, and you better hope you are well stocked up on meds. But as I say this, Ralph, on a wide wrap here, Gunz is going to go for the rest of the revive, but this is big from Ralph. This is exactly the backstab they needed. This is going to open up the rest of this push. This is going to bring Gunz back in this.
And just looking at the map in general, like Onyx, they're all separated, while Gunz, they got that 2-2 going on because Moody did go and get that pickup, but now Gunz trying to wrap around, pretty much catching Onyx in between all four members. It's going to be a firing range out here.
It is indeed, as they're trying to get a sense of where specifically all of these Onyx players are. Again, the blue's not hurting too hard at this point, but Gunz need to either commit to push all in on this, which they are going to do now with that angle. That's the double knock onto Onyx. Onyx is in a terrible position, and this is the send I was looking for. Get into this next circle, get ahead of Onyx, shut them down right here, and get on to that next circle.
Freak needs to get a big play, needs to get a nice knock right here, because the Gunz players, all of them are super separate right now. So it really comes down to that individual gun skill and hitting those shots. And Freak, okay, connects on the Master. I believe it's up to 7 right now in the smoke. And here comes Lord with the pull-up.
Yeah, Lord is here to get this one done, and great shot calling from the rest of the team. That player just got surrounded. The loot delivered right on over, so all the damage that Gunz may have taken will be negated as the rest of these teams are fighting on the outside. This is Clash Destiny. Dave, this is the fight I was potentially talking about. I talked about an awkward rotation from Destiny. Gosh, this is more awkward than even I anticipated. They are so far out in the blue. I mean, they could have just, I expected them to maybe send it across the boot camp, but like I said, that's where 19 likes to set up. They also know that. They didn't want to do that. Instead, they rotated into Clash. Also didn't go so well.
Well, we saw the similar story yesterday. Remember Clash, they were on that boat tape, they pulled up to the shores, and they didn't look who was swimming in the water, and they got caught off guard. They definitely learned something from yesterday's game, because now we see them, they're looking behind them. They're expecting a team to pop up from behind. And you can tell because they got the 3-1 split. They kept one of their squad mates on that bridge to kind of look behind them, make sure it's all safe and clear. And it worked out beautifully this game. Destiny, you're going to die. You're gonna die. There you go. So right there, that is the knowledge and experience I was talking about last game, that all these teams, all these players are gathering and gaining here in these games.
They are indeed. The knowledge of the rotations, where your opponents like to be, and being able to predict and get ahead of them. Something we're seeing Konina Power potentially doing here, as they are gatekeeping Ghost Gaming, having eyes up on that hilltop. Great map awareness coming in from this Konina Power squad. Spec is down. They did get the revive, making it still a 4v3, because Konina Power did lose that player earlier.
Ghosts out there on the hills. Really haven't been having the best Sandhawk games here in this event in particular. the last Sandhawk map. Nomi looking over there, trying to scout the crest, the line, the hill. And I believe Ghost, they are aware. That's why we see them on the opposite end using these boulders, trying to avoid these sight lines from Nomi.
It's huge. Again, just great awareness. We obviously can see it because we have those extra, the X-ray specs, as it were.
X-ray.
These players don't. They got that X-ray vision. Yeah. So we're keeping an eye on where these teams are going to try and rotate. As hang on, Gonzo's taking some damage. Where is he getting shot from? There's another team involved here, Dave. It might be UDR Killers.
Yeah, UDR. They've been playing the slow and late game, trying to mimic Alpha 7 last game over there on that east side, just a little north of Quarry. So Konina Power, they saw a tasty snack out there, Ghost Gaming, but quickly pulled off of that one. They need to make sure not to get backstabbed in the process. And when we talk showing up late to the party, you cannot not expect RTG. That's like you say the party starts at 8, they show up at 10 o'clock, and you can't blame them because it works out. The party's already popping. They're going to be rolling in from Paradise. They might sandwich Ghost Gaming here very shortly, so we'll have to pay attention because Ghost Gaming, they have a lot of eyes on them right now.
They do. So many shots going on this compound, dead center, trying to line things up. All these teams are going to be taking shots at one another. So is going to be able to get back up, which is big. But like you said, RTG coming in from the north. And I have to note, Reboot from Alpha 7 is still sitting right behind. Still sitting right behind Nextria Gaming. He has not moved. He's been lying there for the last 7-8 minutes. Absolutely incredible. As we see this next circle centering up. RTG already on their vehicles, getting ready for this next one. And you're right, Dave. They're rotating right on into Ghost Gaming. RTG is joining in the fun. And they don't have to move very far, which means they can commit to this fight.
RTG basically just separating Ghost right now. Spec HH, they were on the tail end of the zone. Now they got RTG right between them and their other duo, their other fellow squad mates who are trying to keep Konina Power pinned down. So it's going to be interesting to see. Carry Boy, Senke still in the blue. Still in the blue, trying to play spoiler.
Playing a little bit further back, that blue is going to start to hurt. So RTG has to make a call, or Ghost will. They want to take this fight right now. They know they have a numerical advantage. The nades are coming out. Spec priming it, holding it. So is Chapo. HH24 trying to get the angle, but Bayo coming in from the flank, absolutely massive, and that's Marshall going down. RTG splitting up a little bit too far. I'm not sure why they didn't commit to this earlier. Chapo's able to win the 1v1. Absolutely huge. Can he find the second? Yes, he does! Chapo goes absolutely massive. Can they find the third? Bayo's coming in. Chapo needs to get this shot. Needs to find it, but Bayo wins with one scrap of HP. Oh my goodness.
Drop shot. Do you want it? That's what Bayo just said right there. And very unfortunate for RTG. They sent Senke and Carry Boy to wrap around into zone instead of helping their squad mates in that situation, pretty much forcing El Chapo in that very challenging 1v2, 1v3. And now it's up to Senke to get the revenge play, and tends to almost taking him out.
I think that's probably the single biggest misplay we've seen from RTG over the course of this weekend. Objectively, if they had just committed those players in, took out those Ghost Gaming members, and then rotated, they would have been in so much of a better position right now. They would have gotten 3 kills and kept all 4 players, very likely kept all 4 players alive. So I got to give props to Ghost for being able to survive that. Obviously, losing more than they wanted to, but RTG, that's going to put them back because Alpha 7, Konina Power, it doesn't feel like they're making those same kinds of mistakes.
Oh, that like they're so indecisive. They had 2 in the blue. I get it. They had the high ground. They were overlooking, but Ghost used that compound. So the duo in the blue, they couldn't recognize the push from Ghost because it was behind the building. So light misplay, you could say that if you want to be nice. It's Senke now just strolling into the God sent snakes right here. Gonna be caught off guard. Nuggets popping up with a Tommy gun. Spamming the crouch, but got traded. And look at this, the third party from behind.
And that's RTG eliminated in 13th, not where they want to be. And it's Alpha 7 cleaning up the scraps, the absolute worst case scenario for them. This is huge. Revo, who've been just chilling forever in that position. Nextria Gaming rotated out, but they came together as a squad and are now taking advantage. Already 4 kills for Alpha 7 at this point. This is massive for them.
That's pretty funny. I believe Godsent, they're snaking it because Alpha 7 were forcing them to, right? Alpha 7 were taking some shots at them, so Godsent, they're like, we gotta snake it. Then Senke, RTG just running in that direction. Talk about the ultimate bait. But Godsent, hey, they had the opportunity to maybe smoke up and avoid those sightlines from Alpha. They were taken out in the process, and now we get the zone shift as
a crash.
A crash from who?
Queso.
Queso. Okay.
Oh.
Respect. UDR coming on top.
Yeah, we can see them lighting up the kill feed there. Nano, Sandro, all of them just doing work. Team Queso, pretty disastrous crash there. Konita Power looking to continue to get involved, clean up the scraps there. Bayo still out in the blue. Konita Power doing work. Gunz, after their initial victory over Onyx, in a very good position right now, taking shots at...
that's a tree.
That's a tree. That's a tree.
7 kills onto Gunz. They're ramping up the aggression here this game. That is exactly what they need. 11th place so far. Now they need to fend off their spot from Konita Power right behind them.
Do indeed. It's a 4v3. They are very aware of what's going on. Hamoudi with the pop out. Great blind fire. Doesn't even take a point of damage in return. And the blue is going to continue to force Nomi in. Konita Power just took a little bit too long. And this is Sandhawk to a T. Confirm the points. Confirm the kills. Hamoudi turns it. Are you kidding me?
12 kills right now. Gunz. Is this
the team, Dave.
Is this
the team you were looking for all weekend? When you came in.
Yeah. Game 1 this is what I thought we would see from Gunz. Never too late though. Never too late. Ooh! And they're not stopping yet, Paul. 14.
No,
14 kills, Gunz. Let's go.
They are lined up to, and I'm not even going to say it. They're lined up to do something in this game. I'm not going to try and jinx it here. As Alpha 7 is now in their sights, and they are looking really good in terms of this next circle. 4 players still up and alive. It's Alpha 7, it's 19 Esports, and Shiva still in this 19E. Props to them though, Dave. This is multiple back-to-back games now where they have been able to make it to this top 4 situation.
Oh, like that. Ooh, that shot. 4 alive. They got 4 alive, so that's going to play a huge factor in this late game. Go pick up Freak. Come on, you know you want to. Moody tossing out some smoke. So it's going to be a challenge, though. Like we just mentioned, 19E, 4 alive. I don't know. You might want to leave Freak just to, die to the wolves right there. Fran. Okay.
It always comes down to Fran. So we are seeing 19 Esports pushing up here. There it is. Freak was the bait. Hamoudi was considering going for it. The second those smokes came down, that was their opening, their realization that they're going to push through these smokes. As we're seeing nades coming out, though. 19E is very stacked, though. A couple big nades could be disastrous here for them as Gunz. Defense charging in, trying to confirm the kills. Lord is with a high ground, but Alpha 7 could still play spoiler through all this. The off angle is there. The big nade. This is going to be the difference maker. Xenox, I think, is trying to get Ace.
Oh, yes!
Oh, my. The big nade, Dave. This is what we're talking about. Another one's flying in. It's the Molotov. G-Fan, 1 HP. Can they get the revive? Can they get the revive? Sam!
Sam's like, hey, Sheep-Fan, let me get that gun, bro. Let me get that gun, that light machine gun. Oh, man. But those grenades, phenomenal grenade placements right there. That put a stop. 19E, they were pushing up that hill. Sheep-Fan with that light machine gun, that thing is a shredder. That grenade put a halt to that push.
It did indeed, and just like that, 19 Esports out in 3rd place. And then there was one. Alpha 7, Senatexa able to survive through all this, but Gunz. This was the squad we've been waiting to see all weekend. 19 kills. They're going to be denied the 20, or maybe not.